I've been lying to myself. I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a long time. In fact, I've been paralyzed in fear and sickness. I've been trying to figure this thing out. What happened to me and my boys? What continues to happen? Oh, there's so many thoughts that try to run through my mind. And I stop them because some of them are very scary. But when I look back, when it first started, the night we were moving, even before that, you guys, there was something happening to us. It was. We seen it. We was seeing it. And we thought it was a shadow person or a demon or something. And whatever it was foul. And I'm pretty sure I could get my landlord on video to tell you guys what happened after I moved out of that house. I'm not crazy, and I know the world thinks I am, but I'm not making this shit up. I'm not. Something is happening to us, and it's otherworldly. And I do believe in dark and light. There's no way not to believe it. When I look back and reflect from what we've gone through, everything, just all of it, there's been two different forces at play here. And I can clearly see it. I can clearly see where there was divine intervention. And then there was something foul. It's death. It was death, y'all. Like, it came to drain the life from us. Like, there are times, not even times, we're still in it. Like, we're here now. This is where we've been. We've been stuck probably 3 years now. Like, I remember when I first had a dream, like, they were showing me in the dream what was happening, like what this was. And why did I go from, when I first moved here, I got super sick, and then I was out for 4 months. Like, I was out. And then slowly but surely, I began to, like, come back, And I remember when I got my strength, I was sitting on the couch watching television one day. It was just a couple hours. I was able to be up. And I thought, I felt something looking at me. Y'all, I've been sensitive my whole life, right? So I'm thinking it's one of the boys in the hallway. And I don't see anybody, but my door is open. It's cracked open a few inches. And I'm like, what the heck? Who's been in my room? And so when I go to bring my eyes back, because I'm looking at my door, I'm coming to this side of the hallway because I want to yell in that direction. Because both boys are on this side and I'm across the hallway. When I go to turn my head, that's when I caught it. And it was glowing. I remember for the longest time, I forgot how did I see it. The sun was going down. My room was dark. It wasn't enough light in there. There was no light on. It was glowing. It was like a glowing plasma. I'm not an educated woman. I don't follow the news. I don't read like I should. If I would probably understood a lot of this a lot better. But I didn't. I didn't know about none of this stuff. The most from UAPs. I promise. It was blowing plasma in my room, and it had shaped into a person. And that is not the first time I've seen one. The first time I was 21, and I ran out of my house, and I called the police. They've been coming, you guys, and it came in as a ball of light when I was 21. I thought it was someone's headlight shining through the window. And then it took a shape, a form. They've been coming around me. That wasn't a negative one, because I started healing. I was doing okay. I was getting better, and this pain, these suppressed memories started to unravel. And I was like, oh my God, these are angels. I started seeing and experiencing other ones. Like more and more started coming. And that really did a number on me, because I didn't understand. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? They don't look the same. They didn't look the same. And so that bothered me. It told me that, like they spotted me. Ouch, the one went back and told. Like he let the others know about it. It's like, I don't know what to think of this, you guys. And it just really upset me. Because they started coming in. Like, it was insane. It was like I had got infested with bed bugs or something. But they were aliens, you guys. It was a lot. It was a lot. Oh my God. Every time I turned around, there was a new one. I'm not talking about every few months, you guys. This shit was happening every other night, every couple of nights, every night. Like, it was insane. It was insane. It was insane. And then it just, the way it affected our house, the way it affected us, it was too much. It was overwhelming. And when I look back, I don't blame myself for developing insomnia. I don't blame myself. Like, I can show, when I think about it, it hurts so bad. I can show you pictures where I went from. Like, I wasn't big, you guys. I blew up like a balloon. There wasn't food. I wasn't stuffing my face. It was cortisol. It was distress. It was insomnia. And then someone said, be careful, because them grays is something they take from your kidneys, a secretion that cortisol produce. And I was full of it. I was full of that juice, you hear me? Like, I blew up. My face looked like it was, if you took a pin, I would pop. I looked like a balloon. Like a balloon. It was so much. So, I'm so sorry, you guys. Because I can't run anymore. Like, when I tell you. There are two forces at play here. There are two forces. We went from living our best life. Because it did. In the beginning, it was a kind one. It was the one I saw in my room, the one had been nursing me through my sickness. Let me tell you guys, in the beginning, I was jacked up bad. I've been on pain meds for years. I have lupus, I have spinal stenosis, I have all kind of ruptured discs in my back. I got in a car accident, tore my back up even more, tore my shoulder up, fibromyalgia, just you name it. Anyways, and that's from years of absorbing negative energy and not knowing what to do with it. It broke me down. It tore my body up. And the lupus started after my surgery. So, I know, right? And I was only, 20... Well, no, they actually thought I had lupus in my early 20s. I had my hysterectomy at 27. But I remember hearing a doctor say, he was like, there's 3 different types of lupus. And there's the medical induced lupus. That's exactly the term he used. And that term could have changed since then. I don't know. Y'all, my mother passed when I was 18. I don't have anybody to turn to. Anybody to talk to about this stuff. I didn't even know that I didn't need the hysterectomy. This doctor butched me. And then he ripped me off of pain meds when I woke up. And he dogged me for 6 hours. Okay, and they kept telling me it's because I was talking too much in the waiting area and telling his patients things I shouldn't have been telling them, and they all got up and walked out when he called me back. Well, I didn't know. And you guys told me it was okay. You left gauze pads inside of me. This is his 3rd operation. He used to had endometriosis. He used to go in and remove the cyst. Well, he left gauze inside of me, and I passed them. And I was sharing that with them, and they all looked like, oh my God. I said, no, it's normal. It's okay. Well, they called me back, and I thought, oh wow, all these people were in front of me. Well, they called me back to shut me up, and when I came out, the whole area, the waiting area was empty. So he scheduled surgery that day. Well, not that day, but, for surgery. Long story short, it shocked my system, and I was put on life support. They had to resuscitate me and let me pass away. And let me pass away on the table. And he got away with it. He got away with it. Because I was an emotional wreck, and I had already been dogged by society. And I had a few people trying to help me, but my sister had just passed a few months earlier. She had been unalive, and I just had too much on my plate. So he got away with it, okay? I never recovered from that surgery. And it wasn't the surgery alone, it's what he did to me. How he stitched me back up inside. I had a gynecologist saying, what the fuck? He butched me. So I never recovered. I started my back. I don't know what if he was pushing. I didn't have no back issues prior to that. I just went downhill after that. In and out of hospitals. They kept saying you need to get a doctor, you need to get a lawyer. Anywho, so I've had a lot of issues, and I ended up just numbing out, settling on pain meds, perks. I'm still going through the motions. I'm numb, and I'm seeing things, I saw things when I was a kid, but I was told, the church said, because I could predict things. It wasn't just, I saw things, y'all. I was having dreams of things that was going to happen, and they happened. So they couldn't put me all the way under the bus with mental illness. Because how was I able to see that? You know what I mean? So they was like, okay, I think she got a gift. However, she needs to keep her in church, because there's demons coming around her. What the ones that I saw, not the visions, what the things I saw, they said they were demons. I was told they were demons. Long story short, my mom passes. I go into this psychotic place, okay? Real far in the corners of my mind. Because it's like, what the hell? When I had no family. My mom ain't from here. My mother's Caucasian. She comes from a very prejudiced, racist background. They disowned her when she started having mixed children. So we weren't brought up with this family. We didn't have anybody. And then she died on us. So now I'm just out here by myself. Overly sensitive. Overstimulated. I settled on pain meds, and it helped. It numbed everything. But then these visitors started coming back around. Not like how they'd been doing. Like every couple of years, I would, maybe once a year, twice a year, I would catch it. I would see something. And it would just kind of stun me for a bit, and then I'd be okay. Long story short, 2020. Matter of fact, 2017. Matter of fact, let's go back to 2010. I had a breakthrough. In 2010, I surrendered. And because I thought I was going to die, I felt like I was dying. I had cancer. My body was just, it was 3 years after the surgery that made me sick. I was done. I couldn't even stand up on my legs. Like, I was messed up. And I was studying having knee surgeries. Like, I've had 3 knee surgeries. Or leg. Because he started cutting my leg after a while. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm ready. I'm going to let go. Because I held on for my children. That was the only reason why I was staying here. That's it. And I said, I give them to you. Because they didn't belong to me no way. I hand them over. I have 2 girls that were taken from me in my early 20s. My late 20s, I had 2 boys. And I fought like hell to make sure they didn't leave. And so, but the girls should have never been taken, but they were, you know. It's a lot of fuckery going on in my life. It was a lot. I remember saying, if I wake up, you better use me. Because I am no more. I do not exist anymore. I will be just a vessel. And I remember the next morning I woke up, I said, fuck. You know, and so after that, I was a vessel. Like, when I say I was a vessel, I was a vessel. And I know it was working. Because I had complete strangers walking up to me, asking me to pray for them and touch them, and if they could come to my house and do Bible study. Like, it was deep. Like, I was operating on a higher frequency. Like, 2010 was a very powerful year for me. And then I had a dream that my son's father would come back into the picture and he would bring the darkness. Now, I still have really deep, dark, yeah, lustful, let's call it dark, strong feelings for him. I never got over him, my oldest son's father. Sure enough, 4 months later, he comes and he brings the darkness. And I was aware. I had the dream before he arrived, and I did it anyways. And for 7 years, I was with that man. And boy, did I go through it. It was so bad. I remember one time, a commercial came on with this movie I wanted to see, and I was like, ooh, that's the movie. And he got all amped, like, ooh, that's, yeah. And I was like, we gotta see it. And he was like, sharing the joy and excitement with me. And when a commercial went off, he said, but you thought you had a fucking friend? Huh? Who says shit like that? That was deep. That was deep. Here, I've been with this man for a few years. So he was letting me know right then and there, I'm not your friend. I don't even fucking like you. I'm here because you take care of me. I'm here because you have my son. He was actually the devil in my life. And when I look back, that's how I didn't get my girls back, because I met up with him at a hotel for 3 days and he got me to smoke some trees and it was in my system. And when I came back to my aunt's house, there was a drug screen waiting on me. So I had to forfeit my rights because I already knew if I didn't, and I did that drug screen, they were going to take my son as well. And so, you know, I didn't see him for a couple of years, and I got on my feet, got an apartment, and here he comes. He was just like in and out of our lives, just like this wrecking ball. Because he was a wrecking ball. He was, you know. So anyways, I dealt with that for 7 years, from 2010 to 2017. In 2014, 2015, that's when I experienced these hooded, big, huge figures in my room. The night my youngest son slept in my room, because my oldest was down at his grandmother's house, and I never understood what happened that night. I just remember thinking somebody broke in my house, because they woke me up, pressing on my shoulder and my hip, and then they rode me over on my back, and I felt this long, extended hand. The fingers, y'all, was so long. Like I got a hump back here from being slouched. Their fingers were back there. My head was in the palm. And that's when I realized this wasn't human. This ain't a person. This ain't a man. And I slowly started to lift my head up, because I was laying flat on my back. And that's when I started to see these hooded figures standing in my room. And they were chanting. And I couldn't tell you what they were chanting. I thought they were gargoyles. And then I remember I had a walk-in closet off to the right. I remember seeing that closet door open, but the light did not start at the top of the door. I did not see that red light till I got to the bottom. There was a red glowing light like this. Oh, it's not plugged in. It was a small glowy light. And I remember where they were standing, like they're standing on my son. No, they weren't. They had took him to the closet. I would not know that's in 2014. Or 2013 or 2014. I think it was 14. I would not know until 2022, or was it 2023, when all of this was happening, what that was and what that was about. I just know when it was done and over, my son was different. He wasn't the same. He was foul. He had a foul odor. I mean, and he had an odor, you guys. Like, it came out of nowhere. I tried everything. I was saying to the doctors, like, something's wrong with his organs, something's wrong. Like, I ain't talking about like a sex smell. No. This was a different smell, y'all. It was different. It wasn't my son. And there was this lady. Well, school started calling me because he was doing things like he bit a girl's arm and wouldn't let go and started shaking it. They had to put their finger in his mouth and choke him to get him to release it. And he took a pine cone and like that to a kid's eye. Then he came at me with some sharp pencils. He swung a lamp at my head. He did a lot. He's called me out my name. That went on from age 7 to 16. And I didn't understand what was happening to him. But the school, the counselor, this black lady, she knew somebody. The lady would never disclose her name. She called me and she said she got my information from the school. And I thought it was showing services. I'm like, they're going to take my kids. And she's like, I'm not here to break your family up. I'm here to save it. And she said, did you ever think about bringing him to church? I said, well, I pray over him. He says God is the devil. And I don't know where he got it from. He would always say that. Like, chant that. He would chant it. And I was a very strong religious woman, Bible thumper, Big on Jesus, big on Jesus. And she said, it sounds like a full body possession. You need to bring him to the church. So she gave me the address. I agreed. And when I had anxiety, when I pulled up to that church, it was $1 million church. Oh no, man, it was at least 2,000 people in that parking lot. I didn't know where she was at. And they all had money, and we were rags. We were poor. We were rags, y'all. Thrift store shopping. A little hoopty cart. We stood out bad. I did a little circle in the parking lot and got the hell up out of there. It was the Lyrans that helped me retrieve my son. And he was in the astral world. Yes, this place does exist. Because when they took me there, it was this white building I went into. That's 2022, when that light covered my backyard, and I thought I was dreaming. Me and my oldest son was on his craft. And I saw these people that kind of favored me. I look like a lion a little bit too, y'all. I think I am a lion. I think I'm a lion. But they had they had my complexion. I did see a black man upstairs, though. So I think they're different shades. And I saw a black man when I was 12 that looked like a damn lion. He looked half lion, half man. And he was dark-skinned, okay? With a Jericho. But, so they're different shades of brown. But, what was I going to say? She told me he was in the astral plane. His conscious being was. His spirit. Our body's just a suit. And spirits can hijack it and take over it and wear it. And I didn't know anything about no astral projecting, and I didn't even know I was doing it when I did it, So I said, I need some time. I gotta study this, I gotta read about it. I gotta meditate, practice it. No, they took me. I remember saying I need 2 weeks. 3 nights later, I'm walking up to this building. There's a revolving door. I didn't see the building, I just saw the door. And I stepped in and I went through it real fast because it was going quick. And then I came out, I was inside this all white building. Straight ahead, it was a wall. I don't remember what this was. Like, I don't know, this side right here. I just remember this long white hallway. And it curved, it went left. Yeah, it turned left. It was like an L. And he comes out of this void, this darkness, whatever that was. And he runs past me, my son, and he's 7. And when this is happening, he's 16. And when the cloak hooded figures came, he was 7. So you do the math. You tell me. So I follow him. I'm chasing him. And because he had ADHD, he was real hyper back then. And I followed him down the hallway, and that's when the 2 light-room women come out the first door. And I'm thinking it's children's services, and I'm explaining to him, I'm sorry he listens to me normally. It's just, I try. Like I kept saying, I try. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to yell at him. She said, it's okay. We're here for you. He was gone. I didn't know where he went. I turned on other hallways, number doors. They ushered me down the hallway to a door. When the door opened, I saw this older woman, and they looked at like Asian, Mexican, and Native American all mixed together. They had an Asian look to them too. So the old lady comes up and she was mean and bitter. She said, you mishandled him. He is special. I thought she was going to bite my head off. I felt one of the lions put their hand right here on my lower back, and it was like, they're so vibrational. Like, you could feel their expressions through their touch. They don't need to speak. Like, we got you, don't worry. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you up in here. We with you. And so the room was huge, and I remember looking down that way, and I saw my son. He was sitting like on this rug, this little round rug, and there was a group of younger, them Eskimo-looking people, younger ones standing in front of him, and they had these, they all had the same outfits on, jumpsuits, suits, but he had like this one guy. They were like, I don't know, teenage young adults. He had like this metal trinket, whatever it was, some kind of device. And he was showing my son how to use it. And I remember thinking, how the hell is he keeping him still? He don't stay still for me. He won't be still, He was sitting there listening. I couldn't believe it. And then boom, I wake up. When I wake up the next day, I'm just like, that dream was deep. I don't know this is happening really. Like, that's why I was in such a state of shock, because I didn't know what was real, what wasn't. I did not know. I get up and I'm like, I'm going to clear the house today. I'm going to cleanse it. I'm going to clean it, bless it. I go in my son's room, which always is a pigsty, and it always has a foul odor. You can smell that odor in the hallway. I step into my son's room and it smells like a nursery. The odor was gone. My son comes I cried, I stood in there crying. My son comes to me 3 days later. I don't say nothing to him, because I don't want to mess them up psychologically, with this stuff. And I kept a lot of things from them, unless we experienced it together, But he comes to me 3 days later and goes, Mom, did you sage my room? And I said, yeah, why? He was like, okay, that's what it is. He said, I don't know, I feel different. I said, what do you mean? He was like, I feel like myself again for some reason. It feels weird, like I've been, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm home. That's when I called a family meeting, sat them both down, and I explained everything to him. And he was shocked. My oldest son was like, it makes sense. And because we were having dreams. My oldest son was seeing him with red eyes in his dreams, and I kept seeing 2, 3 of them, and we didn't understand what that was. So, it's just been a lot, you guys. We've gone through a lot here, and I do believe there's a such thing as the Galactic Federation. And I do believe that there are other forces out there that are not kind. They're not. They're. That's what you would call demons. That's what you would call the demons. Yes. And they attack the subconscious mind, you guys. Because we are subconscious beings. Understand? We are conscious beings. Excuse me. We are conscious beings. That's what the spirit is. It is a consciousness. That's what it is. It is an intelligence. It is a cloud of light, just a poof of energy, a spark. And it's inside of a body, a suit. This is our suit. And so it's so deep, you guys. And since 2023, we've been experiencing these other ones. I've had some intervention, and I look back, I can see where they try to intervene. But we became a prisoner in this, okay? And I've been having dreams that were showing me, this ET won't let us leave. There's a particular one that came that it became very attached to us. And we've been prisoners in our own house. In our rooms. Every now and then we break free and go outside so it's